What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Thank you for joining me in another video. Today, we are here to take a look at an automotive icon. This is the 2021 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. Except this isn't just your ordinary run-of-the-mill Rubicon. This is a plug-in hybrid known as the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xE. Now, before we get too far into it, I want to give a special thanks to Kimberly Schultz of Stellantis for this awesome opportunity. So a plug-in hybrid Wrangler, that is amazing. That's right, the future is now. Who would have thought we'd be looking at a plug-in hybrid version of the beloved Jeep Wrangler? I would consider this as a stepping stone because it's only a matter of time before we see a fully electric model. So let me give you some history on the Wrangler. It was initially introduced to us back in 1986, so it's been with us for quite some time. This is the 4th generation model known as the Wrangler JL, and as a matter of fact, this is Jeep's 80th anniversary as they started in 1941. This particular vehicle has been finished in a billet silver and features a black leather interior with a blue stitching that serves as a great contrast against that black leather. Now, this particular model starts off around $51,000. As shown, this one is $62,000. So today I want to get into the exterior and interior details of this American icon and see how this ride has been engineered for excellence. Starting the review at the front of this Wrangler 4xE, you're getting the traditional Jeep Wrangler aesthetics that we've come to know and love over the past several decades. The grille features the 7 slots. You still have the round headlamps, but they've been updated. These are LED daytime running lamps that create a nice ring around each headlamp. And of course, your headlamps are LED as well. The hood features dual heat extractors with the blue and black accents. I'm loving the overall rugged design of this vehicle. Underneath the hood, you have a hybrid powertrain setup, meaning that you're getting a 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbocharged power plant that's been combined with 2 electric motors. Your combined output is 375 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque, connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60 occurs in just 6 seconds. Now, since this is a hybrid powertrain setup, I want to make mention that you're getting 21 miles all electric range, or your combined range is going to be about 370 miles. So this is quite a fuel efficient vehicle, being what it is. Now, back to the exterior, I want to make mention you get these cool tow hooks that have been done in blue because this is a hybrid vehicle. And then of course your front bumper, it's made out of steel. That's nice. And it incorporates fog lamps as well. Taking a look at the side profile, the first thing that's going to scream out at you are these massive 33-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain tires. These things just really help this vehicle have an aggressive look. Inside the tires are the 17-inch machine wheels that feature silver and black accents. Really adds to the overall aesthetic of the vehicle. Taking it to another level, you have body color fenders here. I love how they've been done in body color and not a black or a plastic. It really just helps the overall aesthetics of the vehicle. Now, one of my favorite features of the Rubicon models is simple. It's the Rubicon lettering, except on this one, it's been done in a blue outline because this is a hybrid model. So a lot of your badges and letterings have been done in a blue outline because this is a hybrid model. Typically, I don't like when OEMs go ahead and incorporate these greens and blues to let you know a vehicle is fuel efficient, but the way Jeep has done it and executed it, I think it looks really nice and just adds to the overall cool factor of the vehicle. And speaking of this being a hybrid, this is where you plug it in. Simply press on this panel. Using a level 2 charger, you can get a full battery charge in just 2 hours. If you use a level 1 charger, it'll take about 12 hours. Now, of course, your doors have the external hinges. Remember, this vehicle is extremely versatile. This is a Jeep, so your doors and your roof can come off. Speaking of the roof, I went ahead and took that off. I'll probably do a separate video showing you guys how that's done. Don't let that intimidate you. It's fairly simple. And for this generation, they've incorporated a new railing system. So it's simple and easy to do. Again, I'll incorporate that in a separate video. But overall, from the side, this vehicle is just truly cool looking. It makes anybody who's driving it look extremely prepared. And of course, I have to talk about the ground clearance. With those massive 33-inch tires, you're getting roughly 10.8 inches of ground clearance in this vehicle. So you can still do your crawling and your climbing or anything else people like to do with a Jeep. When it comes to the rear of the Wrangler 4xE, you're getting that traditional Jeep design language. It's as functional as it is cool. And of course, you have this huge gate here that opens, giving you access to the storage compartment. As you can see, I have the top lowered, but you have 67 cubic feet of storage if you want to drop the second row seating as well. Let me go ahead and close that. Of course, you get a full-size spare wheel, which looks cool as well, and then LED tail lamps, and then steel bumpers as well, finished off by a bright blue tow hook in the rear. Let's go ahead and check out the interior. Sitting in the interior of this Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, it still has that Jeep traditional look, but it has a little touch of modernization done to it, but still remains true to its heritage. The dash is done in an injection molded material, features blue contrast stitching, really looks nice. I like how that blue pops out against the black, providing a great bit of contrast in the interior. Coming lower, you have a 7-inch touchscreen display here that has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth. All your hybrid system settings are displayed here, such as your engine, your battery, climate, driving history, tons of menus here. Coming lower, you do have your knobs that have been finished in rubber. I really like that. They feel nice to the touch, and your air conditioning controls as well. Now coming lower, you have inboard controls for all 4 windows. Remember, the doors do come off on this vehicle, so a lot of buttons that you might find on the door panels of other vehicles have been moved inboard on this Jeep. Of course, you have USB ports as well and a 12-volt power outlet. Coming lower, you have controls for your sway bar and then your aux controls as well. Controls for your different driving settings, and of course your gear selector as well. Coming further back, you have 2 cup holders and then your handbrake that's been done in that contrast blue stitching as well. And then additional storage in the center console here as well with an additional USB ports. Now your bucket seats have been finished in leather and feature that blue contrast stitching that say Rubicon. Really looks nice. I really love the interior of this vehicle. I have to say it's nicer than what I expected. The seats are fairly comfortable. You could easily take a long road trip or go off on some trails in this vehicle without any problem. But I guess that's the point, right? Coming over to the door panels, they're fairly minimal. You have your door handles done in silver, controls for your side view mirrors, your unlock and lock buttons, and storage nets on the bottom as well. Coming over to the steering wheel, it feels nice and smooth in your hands. I love that black leather there with the contrast blue stitching again. And then of course the bright work and the Jeep lettering really looks nice, pops off against that black extremely well. Behind the steering wheel, you do have a digital instrument cluster screen and then 2 analog gauges on either side, letting you know your RPMs and your charge level. Now I do like the fact they decided to stick with the analog gauges on either side and then the digital screen in the middle. It's not overwhelming you with tech. This is a Jeep, so it doesn't have to have the absolute latest and greatest in tech wizardry. So I love how they kept the analog gauges there. Now, of course, I've removed the top, so I love this open air sensation I'm getting in this vehicle. I could tell that this is just truly a really fun vehicle to drive. I'm starting to see why people love these Jeeps so much. Let's go ahead and check out the rear and see what it has to offer. Sitting in the back, the first thing that hits me again is that open air sensation. If you have one of these, you have to drive it with the top back or removed. It just takes the experience to a whole new level. The seats, again, are fairly comfortable. You could easily sit back here for hours on end. I will say you don't have as much leg room as you did up front, but that's to be expected. But for adults, this is comfortable overall. You do have 2 air conditioning vents here, controls for your windows, again, located inboard. You have 2 USB ports located in the center console here, and of course a power outlet as well with some storage closer towards the floor. Now also there's storage nets incorporated in the back of the front seats as well and on the door panels. Just in case the door panels have been removed, you can always go back to these storage nets located on the seats here. So we've reviewed the interior, we've taken a look at the exterior. I'm excited to get this vehicle out on the road, so let's go ahead and do it. All right, so we have this Jeep Wrangler 4xE on the road, and I must say this is a really fun vehicle to drive. I got the top back, the air's flowing in the cabin. It feels so good to be in here after being inside all day. Isha, what are your thoughts?
We have to start it off by saying top down.
There's no chrome.
I was gonna say crow spinning, right?
So what do you think about the Jeep?
You know, this is my first time in a Jeep Wrangler, and I now see what all the hype is about. I want the doors off. I need the doors off.
You want the full open experience?
Yeah.
Huh?
let's just fly this out to California, driving down the beach.
Right.
Okay, we got our surfboard. No, but this is pretty cool. And I think what's tripping me up is that it has the option to be electric.
Right.
Right? Like,
Right.
what?
Right. So this can give you 21 miles full electric range, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and pop it in electric mode right now. So I'll go ahead and hit the electric button, and you'll see that the ride will get a lot quieter. I love how they just have the buttons here where it's just hybrid, electric, or e-save. E-save saves the juice in the battery if you don't want to use up, the power that's in the battery. So it gives you that option.
Nice.
But overall, I love how high this sits, and I love the sense of confidence it gives you. Probably
Right.
because you're taller
This is
than everybody else.
sits up like a truck. This is not an SUV, everyone. This is not
Yeah.
an SUV. This honestly needs to have the railing for the foot for you to step on. Because
Well, the thing is that these are built to go off-road on trails and crawl over rocks and stuff like that. So
yeah.
having that railing will reduce your ground clearance, right?
But even if it extended out and it can go up.
Let's keep this as affordable as possible.
Okay.
See how quiet it is?
It is. So now if you take it out of your E mode, the electric mode,
I can go into hybrid mode and it'll use both the battery and the combustion engine. So
Right.
it has a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbo power plant that's coupled with 2 electric motors. So if I go in hybrid mode, it'll give you the best of both worlds.
Gotcha.
So I'll go ahead and hit hybrid. So in hybrid mode, you can get a 0 to 60 in about 6 seconds, which isn't bad for this vehicle. You only need to go but so fast in a Jeep, right?
Right.
So it's not really made for you to be breaking records or doing lap times or anything.
No, but it feels good.
It's a fun outdoor vehicle.
Right. I'm not mad at it. And it's spacious. It reminds me a lot of the G-Wagon.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. It reminds me of it because the G-Wagon is technically like a Jeep version, right? It is.
I guess you could say the G-Wagon is a military-based vehicle.
Yeah, and that's what this is.
Yeah.
So they're closely related. This is just definitely smaller.
Yep, for sure. And I love how far Jeeps have come. What's wrong?
She scraped her knee down to the white meat.
Ouch. Ouch. I hope she's okay.
That's why they stopped to help her. Okay.
I hope she's okay.
She all right. She's okay. She should have had on knee pads. Sorry.
But anyways, this vehicle has been around for quite some time. The Wrangler's been around since 1986. Jeep has been around 80 years this year. So they're celebrating their 80th anniversary this year. And there are little Easter eggs all over this vehicle. Like if you look at the wheels, it has a image of an old school Jeep on there. I thought that was pretty cool.
On where?
On the wheels.
On the wheels. I found another one.
Or what'd you find? Where?
It's on the windshield.
On the windshield. Oh, wow. See? That's pretty funny.
I didn't know that. I saw that and thought it was pretty cool, but it's on the wheels?
I think, yeah, it's on each wheel.
Oh, so. Now I gotta find the other one.
So
it's find the Jeep, guys, not Waldo.
So yeah, I really think that the cool factor on this car is just a 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna want to give this one back. I mean, it doesn't have to be the fastest vehicle to get the most enjoyment out of it.
Right.
What do you think about the interior?
I think it's expected.
Yeah.
I would not want something
that looks too luxurious.
Yeah, I don't need that. I think the blue, that obviously means something, doesn't it?
Because it's hybrid, you know how they like to do the blue and the greens when it's a hybrid vehicle?
I'll take the blue.
I like the blue, and I think they executed it very well in this vehicle.
Right. It's very subtle. It's here. It's on the stitching.
Yeah.
It's on the grab hooks. I noticed that.
The grab handles and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the tow hooks outside?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. I think it looks nice, and the interior, while it's still rugged, it still has a touch of modernization to it. You got the touchscreen here. You have the rubberized controls. Grab these controls. They feel nice to the touch.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. And the seats, I think they're really comfortable.
Right.
It even has heated seats, right? So you do have some tech and comfort options in here that would make this car a vehicle that you could truly drive on a daily basis.
Right. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Steering wheel is nice and smooth, covered in smooth leather. Touch that. That feels real nice.
Yeah.
But overall, the leg space up here is pretty good. You can stretch yourself out.
Yeah, it's actually really good. I was looking, you know, for the controls for my seat. I have not found them yet.
Right. They're manual, so they're going to be on the side there. And, you know, if you take the doors off, you have infinite leg room. You can do that typical Jeep thing where people stick one leg out the Jeep while they drive. So technically, infinite leg room.
Has great handling.
Yeah, I have to say this does handle particularly well, especially since it has the batteries underneath the second row seating. So the seats actually lift up and you can see the batteries underneath there.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, batteries are heavy and they can easily affect your center of gravity. But, you know, this isn't a sports car or anything like that. So, like I said, that's not really that crucial.
So if the car batteries are back there, what's up front?
No, that's the battery to power the electric motor.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Underneath the seats.
Okay.
Right?
So I knew nothing about that, guys. Nothing.
Yeah, so
the overall design language, you know, I like to speak out. I think they did a great job with executing the exterior and molding it into the interior.
For sure.
All the way down to the key fob.
Yeah, even the key fob,
you know, I think
looks rugged.
Yeah. I mean, Jeep, you can't go wrong.
You really can't.
We all know.
You really
the
can't.
Name, I mean, it hasn't changed. It has honestly only gotten better.
I agree. And the soft top, again, I'm doing a separate video showing them how to operate the top, but it's a lot more simple than the zipper mechanism that they had in previous years and generations. This uses a rail system, and you can really take the top off in about 1 minute or less.
Oh, wow.
And I learned that within having this vehicle for just a short period of time. There's a deer right there in the front yard.
Yeah, I see him.
But overall, I think this is just an awesome vehicle.
When
So
there's one, there's another.
yeah, there's always multiple. The versatility in here is really what gets me. I've always wondered why people are so fascinated about these vehicles, and now that I've experienced it, it's no questions asked. If I had the money laying around, I would get one of these easily. But I would be torn between this hybrid model and the V8 model that they recently released. But the fact that you're getting a hybrid Jeep Wrangler really shows you, you know, what time we're in. You're starting to see hybrid models across the board in the automotive industry now. We've reviewed quite a few hybrids. We've done BMW hybrids, you know, just different types of vehicles that are out there now offer you a hybrid option. So how long will it be before we start to see a fully electric Jeep Wrangler? I think this is a good step towards that direction.
It's coming soon.
But it's got to be coming soon.
Yeah.
Right?
You said that about the Bentayga.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
that's coming soon.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think in today's you know, atmosphere of where everything's going, they just have to.
Yeah.
It's just you have to have that option.
It's what people want.
Yeah.
Right? People are more focused on fuel economy now
Right.
than they've ever been. Right?
Yeah.
Especially with the gas shortage we had
Recently.
that kicked off the beginning of summer. You know, there are a lot of people in electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles that
were saying, ha ha, gotcha.
They were like, hey. So, just something to consider. Again, this one is about $62,000. Starts at around $51,000 or so. But when you add on the options, again, that could add up quickly. So that's my thoughts on this. Isha, any closing thoughts?
I am very satisfied with this Jeep. You know, I think what I'm going to do is play a little hide and seek and find some more of the... This is a great ride. It's a great ride.
Yeah, it is for sure. So, with that being said, we'll leave it off there. So that was a brief overview of this 2021 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xE. I have to admit, I've always seen Jeeps on the road and have always wondered what is the fascination behind these vehicles. But now that I've driven one and experienced it myself and seen how versatile these vehicles are, I have to admit I've fallen in love with it, especially with the removable top. You can remove the doors, and you can also drive this on a daily basis if you want to. So you can take this to work, or you can take this on trails. It is that versatile. This is truly an incredible machine. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.